Hey everyone, welcome back to another news breakdown here on Shoto Pop. Alright, as always, I'm your host of Frozen Stratos, and hey, we're back! And we've got only a little bit of news that came out of the blog, but as always, it's a fun one. So without further ado, let's hop into what we got out of the Kamen Rider Candy Toy blog this week, and it is X80 with a tiny little bit of Saber. So we got our first looks at what's going on with Book 5, and Book 5 is going to be coming with Saber using the Bremen Rockband book and all that stuff. We sort of expected this. This is par for the course, and I'm really glad they are making their money back on this base mold because it's absolutely working here. So for this thing, let's talk about the figure itself before we get into the extra improvements that you might be able to see already. So for this half of the body, you know, the newest half, we are seeing that, hey, there is this huge music pattern going all throughout the body. Unfortunately, they did have to do that in sticker, but like, come on, how would they have done that in paint? Also, the arm, fully sculpted. It seems the trumpet and the piano do have to have stickers attached to them, but hey, everything's molded here, and that's really awesome. And as well, you know, you could just give it to Slash, because that is basically all this is. It is a glorified vehicle to give him this power-up, and that is all I see it as. You know, that's just my perspective. So that's basically it here. He is the final one to, I guess, get a power-up, really, or like the last one of the non-Seiken sword driver people to get their upgrades. And as always, you can swap them around, so that's a lot of fun. And hey, like I said, there are some upgrades that come with this. Now, I was hoping that this figure would come with the gun form of Slash's gun. No, Slash's sword. It's weird. He has a sword gun, and he only got the sword version. We are still waiting on the gun version. Once again, I was assuming it would happen here just because they are molding stuff in pink plastic this time, so I thought, but we got something else. We got something different. Now, if you'll know, if you have been keeping up with Malunis at all, you'll know that he has worked on Saber hilts, like Kamen Rider Saber hilts, for his Shapeways account, and hey, Shoto just took that idea and ran with it. I mean, I guess it's not really the most unique idea, but hey, I'm glad to have it here. And they made note that, like, there are technically 3 characters that have this sword butt, which is a strange thing to say, but basically what they're going to do is when they mold this, when they release this, they're going to give you 3, I think is what the translation was telling me. I do believe they're giving you 3 here. We'll see more when we get the full wave layout. We don't have that yet, but once we do, it'll be more cleared up. But to me, for now, I do believe we are getting all 3. So that's really nice. I appreciate that a whole lot. Another major change in this line, or at least in this figure, is that we are getting an angled right hand. Now, it doesn't show that we're getting an angled left hand at all, and that's probably because what would they make it of? You know what I mean? Because, like, if they made it specifically for this one, it would have to be pink. Otherwise, you know, they'd have to choose. So, like, they landed on the safest bet possible, and they just went with Saber's right hand because, you know. So, as far as I can tell, that is the only one they said that they are making, that they have made in this one. I don't know if we'll get more later. We might. I have a good feeling we will. It's just a matter of what colors and who they all go to. And it also adds a lot to some posing, so I really appreciate this. It is a Gaim sort of innovation, I guess. Not really innovation, but like, I don't know. It's nice to have an angled out thing for a sword wielder. It would have been nice to get an angled out one for, you know, the other hand, since Saber dual wields sometimes. Actually, you know what? Kenzan does as well. It might be cool to get some for him. Either way, I hope we get more of these in the future. Anyway, I do believe that that is it for him. Let's move over to Shoto, where, hey, did you know SHODO-X 11 is just out now? Yeah, and they have a brand new commercial. To go along with that, it was an amazing commercial, by the way. You should all go check that out. The Twitter thread I usually do for all the Shoto stuff is linked in the description, and within that thread is the video, so definitely go ahead and check that out. So this was really cool. They did a full breakdown of what's all in there. There's not too much new stuff to report, especially since we're going to be getting these in hand soon, so I'm just going to run through these really quickly. Here is X-Aid, his front and his back. He does seem to be missing a little bit of paint details, a lot in the back, but like, you know, he's missing a few rings around the t-shirt cuff and the ankle cuff. Outside of that, he's got his signature pose open hand. Also, the eyes here, do keep in mind that these are going to be changed with the initial release, with the actual release. This is a pre-production image. While we're here, though, they did want to mention, hey, we're using a brand new type of sticker for the chest. So, typically we get what's called foil stickers on Shoto figures and the like, but here, this is called a PET sticker, and I do believe it's more durable. It is slicker, a bit more plasticky, and a lot more durable, so you can definitely beat this up a little more, I guess. Like, you can be a little more rough with it during application. Anyway, yeah, he's going to be coming with his sword and the hammer mode for the Gashikon breaker, so that's really nice. Outside of that, I do believe that's it for X-Aid himself. Let's move on to the Mighty Brothers, and the biggest thing to note about them, I mean, outside of, you know, they are also doing the sticker thing, is that these two are both completely new molds, I guess. They said, oh, even though they look similar, we had to make a completely new mold. I don't know how they would have to make a new mold. I recognize the belt needs to be different, the chest needs to be different, the shoulders and the head. The bodies look exactly the same though. So I don't quite know what's going on there. Maybe that's all they were talking about. There is new molding here, is what it comes down to. Also, you might be wondering, hey, these guys have a weapon, and sometimes they both use it individually, or like they both use the weapon like on their own, and sometimes they're both using it at the same time. So how many swords is it coming with? They are happy to report that we are actually getting 2 of the Gashikon key slashers in the accessory set. So definitely, if you're getting this already, you probably already have a box of it, and you will only need the 1 set. So that's really nice. Anyway, that's it for these guys. Let's move on to the Showa Rider of this wave, and we have Ryderman. At long last, he is the last one to complete the big 7 Showa Riders. I know he's not the last Showa Rider they need to do for Shoto-X, but he is the last, I guess, main guy, one of them. Either way, it's really cool that we're getting him. What these pictures do not show you, though, is that a lot of his PVC plastic, specifically his head and all the rest of his arms, are going to be done in pink plastic, and they had to paint over them just because he was part of X-Aid's wave. And that's, I mean, X-Aid just bled right into to Ryderman, so that's really funny. And also, they are happy to report that, just like with X-Aid, it has been 4 years since this figure, this character has been seen in a candy toy line. So he has been fully updated from his Versus body. The articulation is up to Shoto specification. He even has the drop crotch now, so it's easier for him to sit down. He has a brand new head sculpt. They went in and redid the whole thing, so I really appreciate that. Another thing, the initial release of Shoto Versus Ryderman, you had to get a chase variant of him to get all the extra weapons, all the extra arm swaps, but hey, we're in Shoto-X now, and that means these all come in the accessory pack, and I am so happy that that's a thing. He also pairs very well with your Shoto-X V3, so that's very nice. Also, hey, while we're here, let's talk about the Ryderman Machine, which is... I get that this is a Showa thing, and it's probably not a new idea that this has a strange name, the Ryderman Machine. It's almost as if I went to my car and was like, alright, you are now called the Cory Machine. That is... Definitely don't do that. Do not be like Ryderman. But here is this side, here is the back side. It's weird to say the front and back side. It's this side and the other side. He can ride it well. Like I said, he does have the drop crotch, so it does make it easier for him to ride things. And it looks really nice. Here are all of the other riders together. The Big 7, I guess, and it looks nice. I really like this display. I can't wait to get this in hand. Outside of that, oh yeah, that's it. So guys, that is all for the news. But they did leave us with a teaser for next week, because next week we are going to be getting not only some more Shoto Saber Book 5, we are going to be getting our first looks at whatever is coming next for Shoto Chronicle. They said new information ban released. Like, they can give us some new information. So, I want you guys to speculate in the comments section down below. Tell me what you think Chronicle is going to be doing next. Is it going to be more Gaim stuff? A continuation of some other older stuff? Like O's, Den-O, all that stuff? Maybe Kuga? Or is it a brand new series? We have Forze on the horizon, so maybe Forze is hopping up into Chronicle? I don't know. It will give me my Mega Max set sooner, so that's what I'm hoping for. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the episode, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. While you're in the comments, there are links to my Zenkaija merch that I made. You can go check these out at my Teespring, as well as the links to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement by donating money, signing petitions, and watching videos. There's a whole playlist that has a bunch of videos that donate their ad revenue to the Black Lives Matter movement. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Keep it. Oh, that's not right. My finger thought the wrong thing. Anyway.